Hi there, welcome back to the show. I'm Kyle and I'm going to be talking about the film Golda. It's a new movie starring Helen Mirren, and well, at the moment, I guess this is kind of an on-location recording, so I'll apologize for any shortcomings in the audio quality of this review. But to get started, well, on the 14th of May in 1948, the Jewish homeland was reborn as the State of Israel. Now, almost immediately, Israel was beset by violence in various conflicts with neighboring Arab states. The specific battles may have been different as well as the parties involved, but in the following decades, very little has changed and conflict rages on. Now, in 1969, Golda Meir, played here by Helen Mirren, was elected as a caretaker prime minister after the unexpected passing of her predecessor. Now, she was the first and only female head of the Israeli government, as well as the first in the Middle East itself. Now, by the time that she had already made herself a prominent figure of Israel's history, both as a founder of the state and various roles since. But her time as prime minister would be rife with controversy when 4 years into her position, the Yom Kippur War shocked the world. Now, despite some prior information, Israel was caught unaware by a surprise attack on the 6th of October 1973. 6th of October being my birthday, actually. But this is the holy day of Yom Kippur. Now, a coalition of forces led by Egypt and Syria sought to regain territory which they saw as belonging to them by right. Our battle raged on for 3 weeks with tens of thousands of casualties and thousands of captured POWs. All the while, Golda Meir attempted to lead her people as best she could, also struggling with her secret battle with cancer. Her actions during this time would make her a hero to some. However, unfortunately, as Golda herself says, every career in politics eventually ends in failure. Now, directed by Guy Nativ and written by Nicholas Martin, Golda, the film, takes a close look at the controversial figure through the lens of one of the darkest moments in Israel's history. The failings in military intelligence were investigated internally in 1974, with Golda following this review, examining the stressful military action and the diplomatic struggles which were faced over the course of those hectic 21 days. This is not the first feature film built around the life and career of Golda Meir. Both screen legend Ingrid Bergman and Aussie actress Judy Davis famously played Meir in 1982's A Woman Called Golda. But Golda's framing of the Yom Kippur War focuses the narrative on a particularly brief window of time over a lifelong political career. And it was a period that would go on to define Meir's life, whether that be justified or not. Now, bringing the role to the screen here is Helen Mirren, almost unrecognizable under the film's Oscar-nominated hair and makeup design. It's a transformation which apparently took the actress 3.5 hours a day to prepare for. And there was some controversy over the casting of a non-Jewish woman in Helen Mirren, cast in such an iconic role. However, her performance is without a doubt the highlight of the piece. She brings a weary yet determined confidence through smoke-filled diplomatic meetings as she chain smokes countless cigarettes. Apparently, this was something that the actual Golda Meir would do, pretty much smoking so much that she would light one cigarette with another. She basically, as one was about to go out, she would use that to light the next one. And that's something that is actually depicted here as well. We see the personal toll that this war takes on Mia as the lofty battles are discussed, uh, and she accepts the human cost of pretty much every decision that's made. Now, interesting in his performance, if not quite as unrecognizable as Helen Mirren, is Liev Schreiber in the role of Henry Kissinger. Uh, as the two figureheads debate back and forward the politics of US intervention, the film really comes into its own. And the scenes of these two are never boring and offer some much more interesting moments as the umpteenth mission briefing scene begins to make the film a tad repetitive, which is really the shame of Golda as a film that its heavy reliance on the events of the Yom Kippur War leave such a narrow opportunity to tell a deeply human story. There's precious little about what made Golda Meir the iconic figure of Israeli history. I mean, she was the first person ever issued an Israeli passport, and she played a pivotal role in the forming and strengthening of the state post World War II. But the scope of Golda, the film, is so confined to this 3-week war that we don't get a true sense of who Mia was outside of that limited context. So it makes the film a well acted and a competently put together film, and it it allows Oscar winner Helen Mirren to shine once more. But those who know very little of the history of the Yom Kippur War, Golda it provides a thorough, if I guess somewhat of a truncated rundown of the major events. But unfortunately, it's not nearly as illuminating when it comes to the film's namesake, Golda Meir herself. It's it's kind of a fairly a paltry depiction of Golda Meir, so the film kind of fails to show us what really made this woman the quote unquote Iron Lady of Israeli politics. And for kind of a biopic, it's kind of a bad it's kind of a bad criticism to have. So unfortunately, I'm going to give this one 2.5 out of 5, and a lot of that really does come primarily from Helen Mirren's performance and somewhat from Liev Schreiber's performance as well. He doesn't really look at all like Henry Kissinger, but I don't know. I guess he has the haircut and he has the voice. But yeah. But other than that, yeah, just the fairly narrow focus that the movie had really made for a bit of a it kind of hurt the movie a little. I feel so. So that's it.